Hey Indie Garage readers, it's Andrew Ross and I'm here with Neil Sethi, the President and CEO of Transtar Industries, leading supplier in the transmission repair business globally. And I wanted to talk to you, Neil, about how you would characterize the transmission business, looking at all the developments we're having on drive lines through from CVTs to hybrid drivetrains, and what does this mean for the independent repair sector?
Sure. Well, it's great to be with you. Look, I think like every industry, I think there's risks and opportunities to the transmission industry. Certainly on the risk side, with vehicle complexity, becomes more challenges to train, and making sure your technicians are adequately trained and properly knowledgeable in how to repair those applications. But obviously, with also complexity becomes opportunity. And you point out a great one, which is the CVT application. According to the data that we've been looking at, in a few years, 1 out of 4 cars that are actually made globally are going to have a CVT in them. So this presents tremendous opportunity, we think, for our industry, and bodes very well.
Now, one of the concerns on the CVT side that has been mentioned to me previously as this market evolves is that just the cost of repair compared to the value left in the vehicle can be a real barrier for shops that want to make smart recommendations to their customers. So how is that situation evolving?
Yeah, well, I think like any part of any application that's brand new or relatively new for us in the repair side, there's kind of an evolution of the supply chain. So I think the affordability equation is obviously early on is different. It's a little bit more challenging, but our expectation is as the growth of demand happens with CVTs and more cars being manufactured with CVTs in them, it'll naturally bring down the cost of the materials that are going in, which ultimately, we take that job to be very important for us on Transtar, given the fact that we do supply parts to customers actually all over the world. So my feeling is that as the applications continue to be more prevalent, not only in Canada but also globally, we'll see the affordability equation improve.
Great. Now, a little farther down the road, there's obviously a lot of talk about the various drivetrains, a lot of electric vehicle conversations, hybrid powertrains. What impact is that expected to have on the transmission business moving forward?
Well, sure. Well, certainly with let's start with hybrids, right, which is the most prevalent, let's say, alternative application for the drivetrain. 70% of hybrids actually have CVT transmissions in them, so it's fairly consistent with the discussion we just had. Moving onward towards full EV or electric vehicles, frankly, there is no transmission in them. It's a planetary gear, more or less. So, really for our industry, we shouldn't stop, however, with thinking that it's a barrier. We should look at other opportunities. Obviously, inevitably, those lithium-ion battery packs are going to eventually fail, just like they do in any of our gadgets that we have, whether it's our cell phones. I think our industry, being the transmission specialty community, is perfectly positioned to move into probably that repair opportunity, given it's a very high ARO, or average repair order, which is what we're very used to dealing with. We know how to sell that service to consumers. So I think it's a great opportunity, actually, for industry.
Great. Well, that's good to hear. I know that a lot of folks have a lot of apprehensions about looking forward, but the more I talk to people in the know, the more I hear that they really see it as some great opportunities. There are complex vehicles moving forward, especially on the hybrid side. There's a lot of opportunity if you just get the training, make sure you're aware of it, and you're prepared for these changes as they come to your shop, right?
Very well said. I think training is critical, and we at Transtar Industries are very much focused on partnering with the experts and training organizations to do our part to support the industry for today and into the future.
Great, good stuff. All right, thanks very much, Neil. Thank you for your time, and everybody take care and keep your eye on those opportunities for the future.